are going to Korea or you are planning to go to Korea, especially if you're a woman, you need to bring this with you. And what is it exactly? This is a camera detector, and to be honest, not enough people talk about it online. So let me tell you why you need to bring this to your next trip to Korea. Most foreigners don't exactly know to what extent this is an issue that is still happening in Korea. There's a reason why every phone that is sold in Korea has to make a sound whenever you take a picture, and that sound cannot be removed. Because years ago, a lot of people used to take pictures of people without their consent, and most of the time, those pictures were not. You know where I'm going, right? Hidden cameras are still a very serious issue that is happening in Korea. You might have seen it in some dramas, like for example, Business Proposal. However, this issue doesn't just happen in K-dramas, it also happens in real life, and a lot of women has to deal with that. And that's why sometimes when you go to public bathrooms in Korea, you will see some toilet paper that is inside some holes because people are scared of being filmed without their consent. Also, you can find, especially in subway bathrooms, there will be some signs telling you that it is illegal to hide cameras in those bathrooms. Some people do that for personal reasons, but a lot of them actually resell those videos to illegal websites. Which is why it's super important as a foreigner or even as a local to make sure you check the place that you are gonna be living in first when you arrived or whenever a stranger enters your room. When I was living in Korea, I was living in shared apartments where mostly only foreigner rented it. In my room, at the top of my door, there was a door stopper that was kind of a little bit weird because first of all, it had a hole inside of it, so it was round like this and a hole inside, and there was a small bump that looked kind of like a camera. There was also one in the shared bathroom that we were having. And also the weirdest part is that it was actually detachable from the door, so it made me even more concerned, but I don't know even till this day if I was overreacting or something because my camera detector didn't detect it as a camera, but once again, I didn't fully trust this little thing. So since I prefer to be safe, I actually removed it from my door in my room for the 3 months that I stayed in, and also whenever I would go to the bathroom, I would put toilet paper in the hole to make sure that it wasn't some weird things. And again, this doesn't mean that Korea isn't safe. To be honest, I felt more safe living in Korea than living in Canada. But once again,